Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm your course instructor Sania Gilani and this is the subject of Rise of the Novel 18th and 19th Century. We are back with lecture number 11. Today's topic is Character Analysis in Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. We will first give you a rundown of all the characters that contribute in any way to the story. Then I will examine the main characters in further detail. Characters, the Bennets, Darcy and the rest in Pride and Prejudice. The story is set in the rural England in Hertfordshire and Derbyshire at the turn of the 19th century, and it centers on the Bennet family, which includes 5 very different sisters. The eldest, Jane, a very sweet-tempered and modest girl. She is her sister Elizabeth's confidant and friend. Elizabeth, or Lizzie, is the heroine of the novel. She is intelligent and high-spirited. She shares her father's distaste for the conventional views of society as to the importance of wealth and rank. The third daughter, Mary, is plain, bookish, and pompous, while Lydia and Kitty, the two youngest, are flighty and immature. Mr. Bennet is the family patriarch. He is fond of his 2 eldest daughters, especially his favorite is the second, Elizabeth, but takes a passive interest in the younger ones, ultimately failing to curb their childish instincts. An intelligent but eccentric and sarcastic man, he does not care for society's conventions and mocks his wife's obsession with finding suitable husbands for their daughters. As several scholars have noted, however, Mrs. Bennet is rightfully concerned because of an entail, a law that limited the transfer of property to male heirs. The modest family estate is to be inherited by William Collins, Mr. Bennet's nephew, who is next male in line. Indeed, as Austen scholars Mary Evans noted, if Mrs. Bennet is slightly crazy, then perhaps she is so, because she perceives more clearly than her husband the possible fate of her 5 daughters if they do not marry. Unfortunately, Mrs. Bennet's fervour and indelicacy often works against her interests. A woman of little sense and much self-pity, she indulges her lively youngest daughters. Throughout the novel, the Bennet sisters encounter several eligible bachelors, including Charles Bingley, Darcy, Lieutenant George Wickham, and Collins. Bingley has recently let Netherfield Estate, which neighbors the Bennet home in Longbourn. Austen describes him as good-looking and gentlemanlike, having a pleasant countenance and easy, unaffected manners. He has come by his fortune through his family's interest in trade, which was seen as a less respectable means of obtaining wealth than by inheriting it, as his friend Darcy had done. Darcy, the main lead, is clearly a product of this hierarchical thinking. He believes in the natural superiority of the wealthy landed gentry. He is arrogant but perceptive at the same time. Darcy's estate were once managed by Wickham's father, but he and Wickham are no longer friends. Wickham is attractive and charming, making him immediately popular among the women in the nearby town of Meryton, where he and other soldiers have been stationed. Collins, on the other hand, is not a sensible man, and the deficiency of nature has been but little assisted by education or society. He is a clergyman whose patron, the controlling Lady Catherine de Bourgh, is Darcy's aunt. Other supporting characters in the novel include Elizabeth's friend Charlotte Lucas, who is described as sensible and nearing an age where marriage is unlikely. Charlotte's parents, Sir William and Lady Lucas, Mrs. Bennet's brothers, Edward Gardiner, who works in trade, and his wife, both of whom are generous and well-grounded. Bingley's sisters, the snobbish and scheming Caroline and Louisa Hurst, and Darcy's 16-year-old sister, Georgiana, who is painfully shy but good-humored. Now, let's break down the personalities of the major characters in the story. First is Elizabeth Bennet, or Lizzie, our main lead. The second daughter in the Bennet family and the most intelligent and quick-witted, Elizabeth is the protagonist of Pride and Prejudice and one of the most well-known female characters in English literature. Her admirable qualities are numerous. She is lovely, clever, and in a novel defined by dialogue, she converses as brilliantly as anyone. Her honesty, virtue, and lively wit enable her to rise above the nonsense and bad behavior that pervades her class bound and often spiteful society. Nevertheless, her sharp tongue and tendency to make hasty judgments often lead her astray. Pride and Prejudice is essentially the story of how she and her true love, Darcy, overcome all obstacles, including their own personal failings, to find romantic happiness. Elizabeth must not only cope with a hopeless mother, a distant father, two badly behaved younger siblings, and several snobbish, antagonizing females. She must also overcome her own mistaken impressions of Mr. Darcy, which initially lead her to reject his proposal of marriage. Her charms are sufficient to keep him interested, fortunately, while she navigates familial and societal turmoils. As she gradually comes to recognize the nobility of Darcy's character, she realizes the error of her initial prejudice against him. Next is the main male lead, Fitzwilliam Darcy. The son of a wealthy, well established family and the master of the great estate of Pemberley, Darcy is Elizabeth's male counterpart. The narrator relates Elizabeth's point of view of events more often than Darcy's, so Elizabeth often seems a more sympathetic figure. The readers eventually realize, however, that Darcy is her ideal match. He is intelligent and forthright. He too has a tendency to judge too hastily and harshly, and his high birth and wealth make him overly proud and overly conscious of his societal status. Indeed, his haughtiness makes him initially bundle his own courtship. When he proposes to her, for instance, he dwells more on how unsuitable a match she is than her own charms, beauty, or anything else complimentary. Elizabeth rightfully rejects him as the story builds up to a kind of humility in Darcy. Darcy demonstrates his continued devotion to Elizabeth in spite of his distaste for her low connections, when he rescues Lydia and the entire Bennet family from disgrace, and when he goes against the wishes of his own aunt, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, by continuing to pursue Elizabeth. Darcy proves himself worthy of Elizabeth, and she ends up repenting her earlier overly harsh judgment of him. Next main character, the third one, is Jane Bennet. She is the eldest Bennet sister. She is a kind, tender-hearted, and beautiful girl. She is intelligent, though less intellectual than Elizabeth. She possesses none of the skepticism or criticism or even cynicism of her younger sister. Jane is by no means foolish, but she tends to see the world through more rose-colored glasses. She constantly prompts Elizabeth to see the good in people, challenging her quick judgments and encouraging her to look beneath the surface. At times, Jane's goodness leads to a refusal to acknowledge the faults of others or believe their ill intent. Frequently described by her mother as the most beautiful of her daughters, Jane quickly catches the eye of Charles Bingley, earning his affection and the initial good opinion of his sister Caroline Bingley. However, because she views the Bennet family as inferior to her own, Miss Bingley takes conniving actions to discourage the match, though Jane endures an immense amount of suffering after Charles Bingley leaves. She bears it nobly. Jane is the definition of patience and sweet-temperedness, as she determines to heal with grace. Through all of it, she refuses to speak ill of Bingley or his sisters. There is no trace of pride or prejudice in her, and her goodness is a source of great love and admiration for Elizabeth, who is her constant defender and advocate. Due to the kindness of Mr. Darcy, Jane eventually gets her happy ending with Charles Bingley, the two joining together in wedded bliss. Talking about Charles Bingley, let's analyze him next. He is a well-mannered, soft-spoken, and utterly charming friend of Mr. Darcy. He is proof that not every upper-class character is snobbish or conniving. When the reader meets Bingley, he is renting Netherfield Park, trying to determine where he might like to settle. He first makes the acquaintance of the Bennet family at a ball near Meryton and takes an immediate liking to Jane. The arrival of Charles Bingley is a source of great excitement for the Bennet family, as he is kind, sociable, and most importantly, wealthy. Bingley appears at first to be Mr. Darcy's foil, possessing none of the apparent pride. He is standoffish and he does not have the cynicism of his friend as well. Where Bingley takes great joy in the pleasantness and beauty of his neighbours, Darcy sees a collection of people in whom there is little to be impressed with. Bingley bears a similar disposition to Jane, guilty of no apparent fault except that his extreme goodness leads sometimes to passivity. He is almost always willing to take others at their words, refusing at times to see their ill intent or question the information that is relayed to him. When his sisters, horrified by a potential connection to the Bennets, convince him to leave, he fully intends to return. But when Darcy, albeit mistakenly, calls into question the strength of Jane's affection for him, Bingley is all too willing to heed Darcy's warning and remain in London. It is only afterwards that he is otherwise encouraged that he returns to Meryton to reconnect with Jane. Finally convinced of her love for him, the two become engaged and eventually marry, settling an estate near Pemberley. Last character that we are going to analyze for today is Mr. Wickham. George Wickham is a soldier who at first charms Elizabeth and later seduces Lydia. He is a pleasant, sociable character that gives off an instant good impression, and he has traded on this ability his entire life, from endearing himself to Darcy's father to pursuing Georgiana Darcy and then charming all of Meryton. Wickham gets compared to Mr. Darcy quite a bit by the novel's characters, initially favourably. Comparing the two ultimately plays into the novel's theme of integrity because Darcy is a good person who lacks charm. Wickham is all charm, masking a selfish interior. He is thoroughly immoral. Darcy begins the novel with a small circle of friends, but they all are loyal to him. Although those in Wickham's regime initially like him, by the end he absconds and runs away with Lydia. Colonel Forster considers him imprudent and distrusts him. The people he used to work with him cannot even give his own testimony. While Darcy manages his fortune and estate well, Wickham runs up debt wherever he goes. As Darcy's complete opposite, Wickham serves as a commentary on how easily people can be misled by first impressions and the weakness of charm as an indicator of character. So in today's lecture, we just focused on all the major characters briefly, and then we focused on the 5 major characters who are contributing to the overall narrative and who play a major role in the story. First was Elizabeth Bennet, who is the protagonist, female protagonist. Then we had Mr. Darcy, who is the male protagonist. Then we had the second love interest or second couple in the story, that is of Jane Bennet and Bingley, Mr. Bingley, these two. And lastly, we talked about the main antagonist of the story, that was Mr. Wickham. That was all for today's lecture. Till next time, Allah Hafiz, and I hope you understood today's lecture.